today I'm going to give a brief introduction of algebraic expressions and polynomials. See, generally when we talk about this algebraic expressions and polynomials, many students get confused between what actually an expression and what actually an algebra is and what actually an polynomial is. So let me just get into it. Algebraic expressions. So before getting into the topic algebraic expressions, let me first check it out how many are aware of this topic. Can I just have few of the hands, like if you're aware of this topic? I think many of the students, because I can find many students when I was just reading the charts and all, are being selected for second level examinations as well. So if I'm not wrong, many of students, yeah, that's perfect. No. Okay, no problem. We'll be learning it. Okay, few yes, few no. Okay, great. See, algebraic expressions is nothing but, okay, before getting into the topic, let's learn few small things. Like what exactly you mean by a constant and what exactly you mean by a variable. If you get to know the definitions of these two, then my topic will be simpler. My topic will be simpler. For example, constant in the name itself, which doesn't change. The value is fixed, constant. Like say for example, numbers, I would say. Numbers, I would say. That is 6 or say 4 or 3 by 2, 7 and so on. All these are constant terms. Can we make 6 as say 4 or can we make 3 by 2 into some other values? No. The constant are numbers which are fixed values. Then immediately what are variables? What are variables? Obviously in the itself we can make it out. The value which keeps varying it. Yes, very good. The value which keeps varying it. And variables is always represented with small alphabets. I would say X, Y, Z, A, B, C, and so on. The combination of a constant. Yes, I would like to listen it from the students. Anyone? What do you mean? I mean, what is a term? The combination of a constant and a variable is called. The combination of a constant and a variable is called. Anyone from the students who actually said that expression? No. Okay, I would say partially right. Can I call it as a term? Yes. Can I call it as a term? Algebra? Okay. Yes, 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 yes. Kids. Wonderful. I'll call it as a term. The combination of a constant and a variable is called a term. Let me go with some examples actually. I think that will give you a much clear picture. Let me go with few examples. For example, I have a constant term, say 6, and I have a combination of a variable term, say xy. Combination of constant and a variable, 6xy. Put together, I call it as a term. Put together, I call it as a term. Now, when the same term will get divided into the terms, like a single term, two terms, three terms, four terms, individually we have a name. For example, if I have only one term, I call it as a monomial. I call it as a monomial. Now, if I have two terms, 6x plus say 7y, binomial, very good. I think few of the kids are really smart. Huh? Bhanu Pratap, perfect. Binomial. And three terms, trinomial, perfect. Now, can anyone tell me after three terms, what do you call polynomial? Okay, now let's post a question for Prajan. Prajan said polynomial. Now, Can I call my monomial term also a polynomial? Yes. Can anyone answer this? Yes. No. Why not, Arnav? Why I can't call a monomial as a polynomial? Okay, let's keep this polynomial aside. Just remind me. I'm just keeping this polynomial aside for a time being. Just remind me. Now tell me, from the binomial terms, there is one more name for a binomial and a trinomial. It is multinomial. Multinomial. That means the term which consists of two and more than two terms. From two terms. From two terms, I would say. It's called as multinomial. Multi, more than one. Multi, more than one. That is binomial, trinomial, and so on. We call it as multinomial terms. Now, as I said you, let's keep the polynomial aside. Now tell me, what is the actual difference between the polynomial and an expression? Yes. Let me see how many smart kids we have it over here. The polynomial and an expression. Anyone can raise your hands? Yeah, okay. Polynomial and an expression. In an expression, we put values. Why can't we put values in polynomials? We put values in polynomials as well. Yes. Anyone else? Arnav? Banu Pratap? In an expression, we put values. Okay. Can you just type the answer button? Because I don't have an option to unmute you and all. Just type the answer. Polynomial is equal to the value. Okay. And polynomial is equal to a value. Okay. A small difference where a student goes wrong. Expressions are the combination of polynomials. Yes, perfect. Expressions are the combination of polynomials. But what actually the difference is? I just need the difference actually. Now see. Okay, now let me take this example. That is 6x plus 3 by y and 6x plus 3y. Or let me say 3 by 2y. Okay. One and more than one term is called a polynomial. But yes, it's a polynomial. But we have some kind of special feature. I'm expecting that answer. What is that special feature for a polynomial? Yes? Anyone? Okay, I would tell you. If you observe these two expressions, I would say first, if I observe these two expressions, okay, non-negative integers, exactly. I was expecting that term which was missing actually. When I say 6x plus 3y, if I just resolve this, just resolve it, what I'll be getting it? 6x plus 3 into y power of minus 1. Wherein I have a power for a variable in a negative value. I have a power of a variable in a negative value. The power itself is negative, which gives me an expression only. The main definition of a polynomial, is, in a polynomial, always the variable should be positive. The variable's powers should be positive. What is the power of x? 1 plus 1. What is the power of y? 1 plus 1. So I can call this as a polynomial. I can call this as a polynomial. This as an expression. This is not a polynomial. Why it is not a polynomial? Because it got a variable with a negative value. It got a variable with a negative value. Got it? See, why are we stressing on this particular points is, see beta, learning math is a simple thing. But cracking the Olympiad, I think few of the students are already cleared their second level, but then still cracking the Olympiad of the examinations, these small things we should be very careful. For example, if an expression is given something like this, and they'll be asking it whether it's a polynomial or not. Many of the students, by looking the y value in the denominator, they'll directly say, yes, sir, it's a polynomial. But then no. These are the small things where we have to be very careful enough. That is, as the variable is in the denominator, as my variable is in the denominator, and if I take this to the numerator, my degree of the polynomial of this particular term will become negative, which doesn't come under a polynomial thing. Hope this point is very clear. Hope this point is clear. Yes. So polynomial is nothing but an algebraic expression with a non-negative integer. Perfect. Very good. Very good. Now let's get to the next thing. Now, how many are aware of calculating the factors in the numbers? How many are aware of calculating the factors in the numbers? Factors? I think everyone knows it, right? How to calculate the factors and all? Yes. Yes. Very good. Perfect. Now, have you ever heard of calculating the factors in a polynomial? Yes. Have you ever heard of calculating the factors in a polynomial? Let's see how do we calculate it. For example, let me take the same example actually. 6xy. For example, 6xy. Okay. I have an expression. I have a term. I would say a monomial, a polynomial, which got the values as 6 and x and y. So 6 and x and y. Now, what is the difference? Now, what actually? Okay, fine, no problem. Swish, no problem. I'll be helping you out in that case. Okay, now see, when we are calculating the factors of a number, let's take, now what are the factors of 6? Immediately you would say, sir, 2 and 3. 2 and 3 are the factors of 6. In the same way, beta, in the same way, we will be calculating the factors for the polynomial. The only difference in calculating the factors of numbers and a polynomial is we will be calculating the factors for x and y as well. Now when you say 6xy, individually I would say 2 is a factor, 3 is a factor, x is one of the factor and y is one of the factor. X is one of the factor and y is also one of the factor. For the expression, what I have 6xy. For the expressions, what I have 6xy. 2 is a factor, 3 is a factor, x is a factor, y is a factor. Now can you more elaborate it and explain me, sir? How do I elaborate this? For example, any value, any of the values which is satisfying this particular thing, which is satisfying this particular thing is a factor. Is a factor. Divide it, it should be coming the remainder as 0. For example, if I take xy divided by 2, obviously 2 3 times, the remainder is 0. So 2 is a factor. I would say 6xy divided by 3. 3 2 times, 3 is a factor. 6xy divided by x. X is a factor. 6xy divided by y. Y is a factor. Like this. Like this. Clear with this? And how do you calculate the factor for a binomial? Factor for a binomial term. Now say for example, okay. For example, I have a term say x plus 2, x plus 2, a binomial term. Now when we talk about a binomial term, beta, we need to check the entire expression to be equating it to 0. To be equating it to 0. Okay. Okay, let me just explain you this part in the detailed way. Then I think you'll be understanding it. So let's take, say, x plus 2 is my expression. X plus 2 is my polynomial as well. Now, to make this polynomial 0, if I put my x value as minus 2, if I put my x value as minus 2, what is the value I'll be getting it? Minus 2 plus 0. So I called x is equal to minus 2, which is actually satisfying the expression. Which is actually satisfying the expression. Yes, which is actually satisfying the expression minus 2. I call this as a factor. So the difference between the single terms and the binomial terms, I mean, I would say the multinomial terms. The difference between the single term and the multinomial terms. In multinomial, the entire expression, the entire polynomial should be equated to 0. Should be equated to 0. No, the answer should not be 0, Mayank. The answer should not be 0. When I substitute this value, my resultant answer should be equal to 0. Yes, my resultant answer should be equal to 0. Understood? When I substitute my x value as minus 2, minus 2 plus 2 should be equal to, for example, I have 2x plus 3. For example, I have 2x plus 3, my polynomial. I have 2x plus 3. What is the value of x? What is the value of x? Let me equate this with 0. 2x plus 3 equal to 0. 2x is equal to minus 3. X is equal to minus 3 by 2. Now let's substitute this x is equal to minus 2 by 3. Now minus 3 by 2 in this. What you'll be getting it? 2 times of minus 3 by 2 plus 3. 2 and 2 will get cancelled. Minus 3 plus 3, my value is 0. That means as my value is getting satisfied with the given expression, with the given polynomial, I would say, x is equal to minus 3 by 2 is my answer. X is equal to minus 3 by 2 is my value. Or I would say the solution, or I would say the factor, or I would say the root. Okay, because in the Olympiad questions, don't expect the direct questions. What is the factor? What is the root? It can be asked in any way. It can be asked in any way. Perfect. Perfect. In the polynomial, we need to divide. The answer should not be 0. The remainder should be 0. Not the answer. Kaushik, the remainder should be 0. Okay. Now, next, after this. Now, have you ever heard about the linear equation? Okay, let's, before getting into linear equations, tell me, again, a question. What is the difference between the expression and equation? Yes. What is the difference between the expression and an equation? I have just written in the short bit. Expression, no equal sign. Very good. Divyanshi, perfect. Perfect. Equation have equal to sign. For example, I have 2x plus 3, an expression. 2x plus 3 equal to 0, an equation. In this way, an equation. Now let's start with 2x plus 3 itself. What is 2x plus 3? I know it's an equation. Do I have any kind of another name? Like some kind of an equation or something? What kind of an equation? Okay, introduced you to the question. I said, what is an expression and an equation? What is an expression and an equation? Linear equations. Very good. Linear, in the term itself, we have linear. 1. The degree, if the degree is 1, then we call such equation as linear equation. Linear equation. One variable linear equations, to be more specific. Perfect. See, the general term. See, but for each and everything we have a general term. What do you mean by general term? General term is nothing but the general expression of, or I would say the skeleton part of that particular thing. When I say linear equations, what do you mean by a degree 1? Degree 1 in the sense the power of the term. Okay, let me just quickly explain like what exactly this thing is. Now say for example I have 2x square plus 3. What is the degree? The highest power. Or I would say 2x square plus 3y. What is the degree? The power of this is 2. The power of this is 1. So what is the degree of this entire expression is, degree of this particular thing is nothing but the highest power when compared to 2. It is 2, not 3. Many students will get confused as it is 2 plus 1. No, it is not 2 plus 1. It is just either 1 or 2. Any one of the term, the highest degree will be considering it. For example, I have a term. For example, I have a term like this: 2x square y plus 3z y. To calculate degree of this particular term, only one particular term, then we have to add it, beta. Rajan. Then we have to add it. Don't get confused between these two, or don't get confused between these two. Okay. When I have a term over here with two individual variables with a product sign, then the degree of x is to be calculated, and then the degree of y to be calculated. The sum of the degree will be 3. The sum of the degree will be 3. And what is the degree of this? Same way, degree of z 1, degree of y 1, sum of the degree 2. Comparatively, which degree is greater? Which degree is highest? 3 is highest. So degree of this entire expression is 3 in this way. In the same way, if we start calculating the degree of individual expressions, or I would say if we start calculating the degree of individual equations, based on that, we'll be having the values. For example, if I have a degree term, say 1, we call such equations as linear equations. Linear equations. Again, in linear equations also we have two different variables. Linear in one variable and linear in two variables. Now, as we were discussing about the expression and an equation, now when I say 2x plus 3 equated to 0, it's a linear equation. Now when I say linear, immediately the degree term of a linear is always 1. So as this equation's degree is 1, I call this term as a linear equation. Now, as I said you, linear equation in one variable and the two. In one variable, the general term ax plus b equal to 0. Ax plus b equal to 0. That is, the degree of the term should be in the descending order. The degree of the term should be in the descending order. Yes, Ashutosh, please type whatever you want to say. And when I say linear in two variable, when I say linear in two variable, that is x, the first variable, plus by the second variable, and obviously the constant term as well. Obviously, the constant term as well. This will be my linear in two variable. Got it? Always, if my degree is 1, if my degree is 1 and an equation, the combination of this, nothing but linear equation. Linear equation. So linear, let me start with the graphical presentation. Now tell me how many are aware of, oh, Sirish, what happened? Want only the theory part or what? Math itself is interesting with the problems, man. Yes. Okay, let's just know about the graphical representation of an equation. So before getting into it, I think everyone are aware of the number line. Yes? Yes? Yes. 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 Perfect. 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 Now, how many are aware of this Cartesian plane? In the number line, the extension of in the number line. Okay, see. Okay, wait. Let me do it in this way. When you construct a graph, this is my number line. When you construct a graph, obviously statistics, all the students' favorite topic. When you construct a graph, something like this. Now see beta, as I took an example, say x plus 2 equal to 0, x plus 2 equal to 0, one variable linear equation. One variable linear equation. Now, in a previous thing, we learned how to calculate the zeros of the particular equation. We learned how to calculate the zeros of the particular equation. So what is the value of x over here? X plus 2 is equal to 0. X is equal to minus 2. X is equal to minus 2. This minus 2 on the number line, it will be represented like a point. This x is equal to minus 2. This you will be learning it in the lower class. The same thing. If you just check it out, like how it is actually calculated in this particular thing, is we shall be having the linear equation for two variable. Then how do I represent the same graph? Can we represent linear equation in two variable in the same graph? Yes. So before getting into it, we just quickly introduce what exactly you mean by the Cartesian theory. As we all are aware of the statistics thing, taking a quantity in the x-axis, taking another quantity in the y-axis. In the same way, my entire plane is divided into 4 quadrants. Thus, 4 quadrants, wherein it is always represented in the anti-clockwise direction. It is always represented in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, that is my first statement will be this. Second, the third, and the fourth. Now, sir, you might be getting it out. What if, as we have a axis like this, so how the numbers will be divided? In the statistics part, leaving all this aside better, keeping 2, 3, 4 aside, we'll have only one. That means my y value is positive in the first quadrant. My y value is positive in the first quadrant. And similarly, what where the negative values of the y? In the fourth and the third. In the fourth and the third quadrant. That is -1, -2. Like this. Like this. As we could construct the value of x over here, that is one variable thing on the number line. Similarly, I want the two variable part also to be constructed. But as in the term, if we have two variables, so obviously my graphical thing should be in a different way. I have x-axis over here, I have y-axis over here. Now I'll be individually calculating what is x and what is y. What is x and what is y? Sir, how do you know the values? How do you know the values? Okay, like what is x and what is y? Let's see. Let's see over here. For example, I have an expression like x plus y minus 2 equal to 0. I have an equation like x plus y minus 2 equal to 0. Now what is x plus y minus 2 equal to 0? It's a two variable linear equation. Now I want to represent this two variable linear equations on the number line. How do I represent it? Let's quickly see. Now, first and foremost, to the equation, I'll make it in such a way that one equation, that is one variable, is dependent on the other variable. One variable is dependent on the other variable. That is x plus y minus 2 equal to 0. Let me take it in this way. Yes, beta, I'll be asking you the questions as well. If I'll re-represent this, x plus y is equal to 2. X is equal to 2 minus y. Now let's fix this. Now if you observe this carefully, my values of x are dependent on the values what I get in that y. For example, let me draw a table. Let me assume my y value to be 0. If my y value is 0, what is the value of x? Minus 0, 2. So I'll put it as y has 0, x has 2. What if y is equal to 1? My x value will be 2 minus 1, 1. Y is 1, x is 1. If my y value is 2, my x value will be 2 minus 2, 0. That is one more value, y is 2, x is 0, and so on. Like this, you can take n number of values. Now see, if I construct this as in one variable, I just got a doubt. I just got a point, I would say. A point on the number line. How the graph is represented when I construct this on the number line. Let's learn how do you construct it. Let me take a first ordered pair. X as 2. Where is x as 2? This is x as 2. X as 2. Y as 0. As my y value is 0, y value on the number line, it is 0. So both the lines put together, my value will be on x-axis itself. Yes, beta. We can say it as x is equal to 0, y is equal to 2. Yes, perfect. Now x value is 1. 1 is over here. Y is 1. 1 is over here. Where the 2 points are meeting. We are meeting it over here. This is my second point. What about the third one? X is 0, y is 2. X is 0, on this line. Y is 2. Y is over here. So if I try to join this point, my value will be in a straight line. So with this, what is the conclusion we are having it? That is, linear equation of two variable is always a straight line. Linear equations of two variable is always a straight line. Y is equal to 0, you didn't understand. See, this is my number line. Okay, and this is one more my number line. When I say 0 or when I say 1, 2 and 3, I'm explaining it once again. When I say y is equal to 0, it will be a number line only. When I say y is equal to 1, it will be over here. When I say y equal to 2, y equal to 3, like this. When I say y is equal to 0, x is equal to 1, it will come over here. When I say y is equal to 0, x is equal to 2, it will come over here. Or when I say y is equal to 2 and x is also equal to 2, it will come over here. Like this. Like this. Okay? Got it? In this way. In this way. Now I just want you to quickly calculate the values of x and y. As I said, as I gave you beta, I'll give you one general simple equation which I want you people to calculate the values of it. That is, say for example, my expression will be x minus y plus 2 equal to 0. Now quickly in your chat boxes, just drop me the values of x and y. Let me see how many of you can solve this. Okay, let me write the expression somewhere over here. I'll just erase this thing. Okay. My expression is x minus y plus 2 equal to 0. Okay, I started getting answers as well. Okay. What are the values of x and y? Very good. Vikram, x is equal to 2. Y is not 0 for x is equal to 2. Have a check. Vikram, once check with your answer. If x is equal to 0, y is equal to minus 2. If x is equal to 0, y is not equal to minus 2. Satvik, check with your sign, I would say. Check with your sign. Yusuf, perfect. If x is 2, y is 4. Very good. Yusuf got the first answer, I would say. See, beta, you people are again getting confused. If you want to reframe this, x minus y plus 2 equal to 0. The value which is negative, shift that value to the other side. Your problem will become simpler. That is, x plus 2 is equal to y. Now my expression a different way. That is, y is equal to x plus 2. My values of y are dependent on x now. Okay, Satvik, perfect. My values of y are dependent on x. Now, as you got this expression, now again try for the answers. X is equal to 1, y is equal to 3, perfect. Medhavi. Okay. Banu, y is equal to x plus 2. Very good, Banu. I got the same expression. Okay. Adil, x is equal to 4, y is equal to 6. Perfect. Very good. And anyone else? X is dependent on y. Y is dependent on x. Y is dependent on x. X is equal to 4, y is equal to 6. Y is equal to 0, x is equal to minus 2, beta. Again, there is a mistake in the sign. Okay, the main reason behind giving you this question is, generally, there are two things where we get confused actually. One, the problem which is there in front of you. Second, the signs. See, I have not changed anything. I have not changed anything. I have just changed the signs, and you people got confused. Over there, the grip of that Olympiad thing is lying. If we can catch hold of that small thing, then yes, all the Olympiad examinations will be in our hands. And in that case, I'm there to help you out with that.